Hey guys, how's it going? Eminem Gaming here, and today we're back with another video. And as you can see by the title, we will be reviewing or just giving my thoughts in general on Batman Telltale Episode 2. Now, you might say this is not Batman gameplay, and that is true, but the footage that I have recorded may contain spoilers. It's a story-based game. It's not the longest, so it's very difficult to record gameplay without there being spoilers. So I want to apologize about that. So I thought I'd give a spoiler warning now instead of just chucking you straight in, and then obviously you're getting spoiled if you're planning to play it yourself. Now, even though there might be slight spoilers in the background, if you don't want to really watch that, or you turn your phone or whatever you're watching it upside down and you just want to listen to my thoughts, I won't give any like real spoilers. I'll just give my thoughts in general. So yeah, I hope you understand. A little bit difficult to review a story-based game without spoilers, but I'm gonna try my best. So I hope you enjoy, guys. Okay, guys, so let's just get into the review with that little spoiler warning at the start. To be honest with you guys, this has been really, I'd say, a lot better than the first one, the first episode. Now, obviously, a lot of that was just set up. There's a lot of new mechanics, in the game, like combos, linking stuff and the detective work. And I think that kind of really was a big part of the first episode, which again you need to do in the first episode to sort of teach people how to, play the game, learn the game. You're not going to put the big guns right at the start. You've got to spread it out over what, 5 episodes or whatnot. I understand that and I respect that. But with that being said, this episode, episode 2, is a lot more action packed, just in terms of, the amount of fights you get into. I'd say, you're constantly fighting bad guys, which is really, really fun. If you've ever played Arkham Knight, you'll know what I'm saying. Now, obviously, it's not the same combat as Arkham Knight, but it's still nice, to have action sequences within, Batman games. It's obviously really fun to do. Um, yeah, and that's what I really liked. But I also, really like the fact we get more of a deeper story. We know he's a millionaire. We know his parents, passed away, but we didn't really, know too much about his parents. Why were they, billionaires? What did they do? There were sort of ramblings about, were they part of the criminal underworld? Were they just being run by them? Were they using their name? What was going on? You just didn't know, and I thought that was really interesting. Um, you then, in this episode, really explains a lot more. And I thought it's very interesting that they kind of went with, you know, um, that the superhero, as it were, Batman, isn't, his parents aren't these perfect people who just were a victim of fate. It really tells, you know, a really interesting story that, they weren't a victim of fate and they weren't the greatest people in the world. You know what I'm saying? And, even Alfred, said he was going to leave until obviously they passed away. And then he raised Bruce. So I thought that was really interesting. You know what I mean? Adds a really, deep side to the story, which I didn't expect. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought it may have been a little bit of a setup, but no, it was really, really well done how they did it, in the game, and I thought that was fantastic. I thought it was cool that they went with a little bit of a different sort of a villain. Obviously, in games, particularly Batman games, you kind of go with the same two over and over again. It tends to be either the Joker or it tends to be Scarecrow as the kind of main bad guys. Now you do get like little cameo things during it, maybe side missions or whatnot in games. But obviously, as a linear story, you only really got a main character. So I thought it was really interesting that they went with a penguin, the penguin, for the main boss in this one. I thought it was really cool. You know, and yeah, I thought it was interesting. The little setup with that. And it's just really interesting. That they set up for. He's escaped, so he will come back. And I thought that was really interesting right at the end. I also like the fact that you could kind of now in a lot of these Telltale-esque sort of games, your decisions they're awesome. You get to choose what you say, what you do, but they really make no difference in the slightest. It looks like this could, and I could be wrong, but could have a massive uh, advantage or a massive difference in the future. We'll have to wait and see, what kind of goes on. But it really does look like it could have some real lasting effects to the future of the game. Um, Not to go too much into spoilers, but you have a choice right at the end to kind of save. There's two people and you can save them. Now, I only saved one person, so I don't know what happened to the other. I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't know because I didn't choose that decision. But yeah, you can definitely see, uh, you know, again, spoilers. It's very difficult to talk about a story-based game without spoilers, so I do apologise. But spoilers, you can already see that they've made Two-Face with what went on with my decision. Okay, and again, bear in mind, I've only played through it once. I'd have to go through the last section again to find out what would happen if I didn't choose that decision. But you can already see that they've made Two-Face with the actions that I chose, the person I chose to save instead of him. So I thought that was really interesting, and I thought, you're making almost your own sort of villain almost by your decisions, but you have to choose who you want as your ally, and I thought that was really cool, really interesting. A little turn of events there. um, but with that being said, I also liked, I really like the pacing in the story. There's obviously some story parts. Obviously, it's a story-based game. I like the fact that they did break it up with action. They did have a deeper, more interesting story this time, as well as a lot more villains and all that sort of stuff. So I really like that. Now let's get into, I guess, the negative part of the review. Basically, really, it's all technical stuff with what's bad, quote unquote bad, with the game. Really, it is a case of it doesn't run that great. Now, I'm playing the PS4 version. I can't speak for the PC, Xbox One, PS3, whatever version of the game you're playing. But all I can say is for my version of the game, it doesn't run that great. There's significant frame drops, and I could not understand because it's not the most graphical game in the world. But I could almost, understand a little bit if it was in high octane sort of action sequences when, that is when the frame drops happen. But it was kind of just random, like walking, you know what I mean? It just walking and there was frame drops. So I don't know what happened there. It was really strange. All I can say was really strange what was going on. Also, the graphics, not the best. There was a lot of popping, texture popping. It was definitely, I don't know what resolution it's running at, but it's not the highest. And to be honest, and this is no mean, not being mean or anything, it does kind of look like a last gen game. It doesn't look like PS4. It doesn't look like Uncharted or Ratchet and Clank or something. It doesn't look that great. With that being said, with the technical issues aside and it not looking the best in the world, with all that being said, it is still fantastic. You know, it is still a Telltale game. If I was to kind of compare it to something else in the Telltale sort of universe, it would have to be, you know, uh, Wolf Among Us. I forgot the name for a minute, but Wolf Among Us, yes, that would be the game I'd say it is most like. You know, very, very, and that is one of the best. I think Walking Dead's better, in my opinion, but the Wolf Among Us is one of the best ones. So, yeah, you know, um, I'd honestly, you know, I'm not going to rate it now because, again, the final episode ain't out. The final last three could be the best ever, could take it above The Wolf Among Us. Sorry, above The Walking Dead. The final three could be terrible and really knock it down. So I'm not going to give it a scored review, but based on the first two episodes, should you pick up Batman Telltale? In my humble opinion, just honest opinion, you should. I think it's really, really interesting. You know, it's a really great value for your money. There's so many different options you can choose. It's really fun just to sit down. A lot of it is a movie, basically, or a TV show. But with that being said, the action sequences that it does have, even though not that much, are really fun to play through. Really fun being the detective and being your own sort of Batman. I think is really cool. But I do apologise about rambling on and all that sort of stuff, guys. But let me know your thoughts down below. Have you played it? Have you not played it? Do you enjoy it? Let me know down below. But as always, guys, this has been Eminem Gaming. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll catch you guys in a new video.